Hi there, and thank you for taking time out with Twinpossible. Today we're going to talk about that big milestone, 1.5 years old. That's right, your toddler of twins is now 18 months of age, and wonderful new changes have occurred, along with some scary stuff too, like running, climbing, bouncing, jumping. A lot of scary stuff for mom and dad, but also a lot of fun stuff to watch as well, and a very explorative time for baby or twins to look at the world in a whole new way. They understand more, they speak more, and they show more affection and imitate more. So watch what you do, parents, and also teach your siblings the same thing, the older siblings, because they can either be a good influence or a bad influence. At 18 months, you should expect your speech of your child to blossom. Most doctors say that they would be concerned if your child at this point doesn't say like 10 words at least. 10 to 20 words is about normal, but there are plenty of toddlers that can say like even up to 50 to 100 words at this point. But do not get panicked if your child is not one of them or your twins, and remember that if they were born prematurely, that also will hinder certain milestones. And even if not, talk to your doctor before you panic, because every child is different. Just like when they all walk at different rates, it doesn't make one baby smarter than the other down the line. Trust me, my brother walked at 9 months, I walked at like 14 and a half, and believe me, I'm smarter than he is. Anyway, so now you'll be seeing words coming along like yes, no, woof, ouch, uh-oh, bye-bye, mommy instead of just mama, daddy instead of just daddy, you'll hear out, up, down, what else? My crazies say a lot of really funny things. They could say ouchie, hurt. Your child may not say all of them, but there's just a lot of words they could say. And another thing you might notice is a lot of me and mine is a very popular thing going on. And one of my twins likes to go E-I-E-I-O. I don't know. But she's been doing that for a while. But also another thing you might notice is linking words, meaning putting two words together. Like, you know, now that my babies are 19 months, they're saying mine all mine, or mine all mine. Can't tell exactly which one it is. Mine all mine, mine all mine. I'll say, oh, those are my baby pigs. No, meaning feet. No, mine all mine. See, they're putting words together. At 18 months, linking two words together is actually a great sign of advanced speech development. And it's not uncommon, but it's a good thing. And it happens very quickly, so you'll see. Like maybe a no mama, you might hear. That's a great sign. Your baby may or may not be doing this yet. Your toddler, I consider mine still babies. Your toddler may not be doing that yet, but that should be coming along maybe towards the end of the 18 months, if not before, or the beginning of the 19th. But you might notice that they're putting words together. You may notice the independence is there. My girls do not want me like holding them on things. They want to do things for themselves, which is kind of sad to me now. They want to go down the slide by themselves. They don't want to sit on my lap really anymore to go down. They want to climb something and they push my hands out of the way, so I'm not holding on to them, which is sad. They sit on the little ducky and they rock back and forth, you know, those little things at the park. Get your hands off me. But they're still little, you know, they're still babies, and they don't realize there's so much danger in the world. So you have to be there to protect them, but you have to let them spread their wings a little bit as well. And you will notice this starts to take place around this time. It's a bittersweet time for mom and dad, but it's a normal part of toddler development. They're going to be climbing like crazy. They might be able to climb in and out of their strollers when not strapped in. They'll climb without like getting on their knees or even using both hands. They can probably climb upstairs like with a railing just by holding the railing with one hand. You know, it's scary, and again you have to protect them, but it's normal. and you just have to be there to catch them so they don't fall. What I like about it is they're so stable on their feet. They've been walking so long now, my twins, that I don't have to worry all the time about them falling because they don't fall that much anymore, which is a definite perk. Other things you may notice, they may be scribbling with a crayon or a marker. If you put a washable, always washable, ladies, marker in their hands or a crayon and give them a piece of paper, they should be able to figure out how to make a scribble scrabble, which to us is a work of art, of course. And also you may notice a lot of imitation. Something that you say or do, you'll notice that they'll try to mimic it, and usually straight on. My daughter jumps off the couch, my older daughter, and then they start jumping off the couch, which scares me because now I have pillows and everything down. They could roll an ankle or something bad could happen. When she screams really loud, they both, "Rah!" So that's all I need, right? If you have twins first and then other kids, I think you're probably in the best shape because you get to mold them and they're not influenced by negative things from other children. Also, you may notice that your child prefers one hand over the other and can write better, like scribble. You might find out if they're a righty or a lefty now. And now their weight gain and their appetite starts slowing down, so if they're not eating quite as much as they were in the past, don't freak out. As long as they're still gaining, it will be slower. Otherwise, they would turn into 300-pound 5-year-olds. So everything slows down now, so don't panic on that front. And if they want to feed themselves, let them. They might get frustrated now if you try to spoon feed them. Let them do finger foods and let them try with a spoon because their hand-eye coordination is so good right now, they can usually get it in. I'm not saying don't put a messy mat down, but definitely do let them explore. Your toddler or twins may or may not be able to pull off their clothing. If I unsnap their onesies, they can kind of almost get out completely by themselves. They pull down their pants, but another thing that happens is they also pull off their diapers, one more than the other, so I'm constantly changing diapers. She doesn't like to sit in any kind of pee-pee or poo-poo, which could be a sign that soon she's going to be able to tell me something, and maybe by 2 or 2.5 tops, we'll be able to potty train her, knock on wood. But the other one just kind of does it because she's watching the other and mimicking, which twins will do, which is also bittersweet, especially when you have one good, one bad, or crazy anyway. So if they start doing that, you know, just I'm considering pull-ups at this point to avoid a mess, because if you're not watching for a second, poo could go all over the place, and that's not a pretty thing. Or they can urinate like a dog, and that's also not a pretty thing to have to clean up. So, you know, you may notice this happening around this time, where the pants are being pulled off, socks being pulled off. They might be walking around in your shoes or their sibling shoes. They might be able to put their shoes on, which is advanced for 18 months, but some children are doing it. And, you know, they usually can't put their clothes back on. They might pull the pants down and pull them back up again, but that's about the extent of it. And they might, if they don't take it off completely, they might now help you take it off. And they know how to, like, put something from one hand into the other so you can get one sleeve off at a time, then switch hands and take off the other side. If you have twins, even if you don't, taking turns and sharing is something that's so important. But they are still very young, so it's hard to teach them. But when you have twins, they kind of know, like, that they have to wait for something, and they're usually more patient. And so I always, like, if they want to piggyback ride or something, I'm like, it's Annalise's turn. Okay, and I give her the ride while the other waits nicely for hers. I let her down, I go, it's Allie's turn. They understand. Or, like, I'll do something else with them. I'll play something, and then I'll say, okay, now let Allie try. And sometimes they're not as happy about waiting than others, but usually they get the concept because I enforce it. You know, they're used to waiting. If you don't have twins, this might be a little harder to teach, and they might be a little bit more self-centered because they have the whole attention all for themselves. So what you want to do there is you want to, like, you know, teach them with other siblings, or if they're your first, try not to over-spoil and to, like, kind of, like, just make them wait just for your attention a little bit so that they gain more patience, because you'll thank me for that over time. because my daughter was coddled so much that she's a very spoiled diva right now at 6. So you just want to make sure that you're not jumping too fast for every need, because they're old enough now that they can wait. You want juice? Okay, hold on. And if they're kicking and screaming, it doesn't matter. Make them wait a couple of minutes. Give them their drink, and just let them be patient. And just teach them. Share, even with yourself. Share that block with mommy, you know, and they will eventually understand and put the words and actions together. And they are starting to do that. You'll see that they understand, like, go get that very well now. They understand a lot. So the frustration is less. So, like, instead of, like, just pointing, sometimes they'll point and say what they really want. And you'll be able to figure it out much easier than the previous months. Also, you might see more affection, but you also might see a little, you know, sneaky trickery where they go to kiss you and then last minute move and ha-ha, joke's on you, Mom. You know, I get a lot of that. But they are more lovey towards one another, my twins now, which is good. They still fight like cats and dogs too, but it's a little bit less. And so I do see some twin bond there going on, which I love. And so there should be a lot of love towards the family members, but they do play little games. It's kind of amusing to watch. But that's, you know, that's part of the 18-month milestones. I do have more on my blog. Just go to the link in the bottom of the description of this video, and you'll be able to see them all in greater detail and extras. Okay, well, happy year and a half. I'm sad to see time passing so fast. Soon enough we'll be at 2. Until next time, this is Shelly signing off. Take care and thank you for watching.